Greetings to all the English speakers out there today. It is the 6th of November 2018, and I'm going to be speaking to you about the newest company out there, newest opportunity, which you might want to take and analyze today instead of tomorrow because of some very good reasoning behind it. So I'm going to be talking about an opportunity to make passive and active income based on the biggest trend at the moment, and on top of that, it's participation in the most lucrative phase in growing medical cannabis, which is mainly the CBD plants. So for the last 2 months, we have been taking some express courses about CBD versus THC versus all the new research and everything which has been done on this topic. It is with great regret that I have to say that the big pharma eradicated cannabis in the 20th century from the legal substances list, whereas they had their own little games in play. They could only make it illegal under marijuana, the name, instead of trying to do it via calling it cannabis, because otherwise people would have really risen up against all of this, as it has been in use for thousands of years with zero side effects and zero fatalities. And so when talking about zero side effects versus even 7,000 people from last year dying from aspirin, then I can understand their reasoning, but we are all up for being a little bit rebellious and also representing topics which are good for the human race altogether. So we got the CBD, which is now really the most talked about topic, even in Davos, the World Economic Forum, resided by over 100 presidents of the world, of countries, also the CEO of Google, the CEO of Amazon, and so on. You get the picture. And this investment opportunity into medical cannabis was the most talked about topic this year. Now, I'm sure the person who introduced you to this video clip will be very motivated to send out information to you about the major news on CBD and THC as well, which the studies have revealed recently. So I'm not going to stay with this topic for too long, but it really has some impact into reducing the development of cancer cells, for example, while stopping them or even reversing these effects. Now, there are some big companies out there, including, let's say, even Corona, who invested over $4 billion into the biggest cannabis farm of Canada, taking the majority shareholder over there, and that's for very good reasons. You do not want to be growing potatoes and tomatoes today once you have the information that we are holding about medical cannabis, trust you me. Now, what we can say is, we are dealing with a Swiss company, and some people from many countries, including Denmark, Switzerland, Sweden, Estonia, have worked super hard for the last 2 months to set it all up. Now all the systems are fully functional, and also they have a web shop where they sell medical cannabis products, also their flowers, also oils and tinctures, via online. Because in Switzerland, I mean, there's many advantages, but to just name a few, then number one, over a year now, this company has also been growing cannabis the legal way, because the parliament had decided that that these plants, which even would have close to 1% of THC level, are fully legal and non-drugs, as in not psychotropic. Yes, we're talking about one of the very first companies who got a full license from the government, saying that they are now authorized to produce, as in to grow cannabis plants, and to also sell them to resellers as in all those supermarkets, all those kiosk chains, and so on, who are over a year now already selling cannabis flowers and oils and everything on their shelves. For example, Coop Supermarket, they started off with selling 6,000 articles per week in the beginning. Now they're selling over 30,000 articles per week. That is only one example out of those many. So we have a market where the demand is more than a couple of times higher than what the local producers can currently produce. And that's a really good thing for us, of course, because this company, Kanapower KG, they produce a kilo of even the flour for around 550 euros. And they sell it further for an average price of maybe 6,000 euro to resellers and also to, let's say, now, the private person, the end user. The company only pays excise tax of close to 30% if they sell to the end user directly, not if they sell to a reseller, which is also good for us. And another thing about Switzerland, then it has one of the cheapest electricity costs in the world because of very low, well, because of a lot of hydropower that they use. Secondly, Switzerland is a neutral country. They do not care about, let's say, the European Union with their many issues about being on the same mind and having a consensus about anything. They just do what they think is right in the banking sector, in the now cannabis sector also, and we really love that because we got a unique opportunity and we are participating in a product where really the demand is clearly there and can be, you know, balanced out only after some time. Now, we were born, the setting was born in Estonia about 3.5 weeks ago. As I said, we're in the beginning of November currently, and it is time sensitive because also anybody, you out there on the other half of this speech, whatever you represent to your friends or to company owners or your acquaintances, you will have a 20% commission on this topic, which is, in my opinion, one of the most see-through elements, as in the transparency about this company is amazing. They did approach me about 2 months ago. We reached some very high results in developing companies who are operating also today into a whole different level, and we helped them to expand Europe-wise and globally. So therefore, this is the only company that I said yes to in the last 2 years. It's been over 300 companies we had to analyze so that we could bring you this information today. Now, their base is also optimized, as in British Virgin Islands and Liechtenstein, who are now part of the European Economic Area as well, with the same regulations, with the same settings of having to, you know, bring out all the materials and being transparent. Then the mother company is there. They own a bank account in Liechtenstein. All the money goes there, and the same owner, who is the owner there, is also the owner of the fully licensed cannabis growing company in Switzerland. And so therefore the companies even optimized their taxes. Now, they have their own product lines. There's 2 versions currently to participate. One is where you lock in your money for 1 year and you get 100% of profit. So 365 days later, instead of 10,000, you will have 20,000 euros, which are going to be transferred to you either by a bank account, bank transfer, or then via cryptocurrency. You choose. Second option is and I like this option also because it's much more flexible. So it's 6% per month of passive income. And you know, there are many companies which I did not like for the last couple of years, which were not fully transparent, which had off topics, and also which had some discrepancies about them. All right. So over here, I can clearly say that they are not going to be able to run into a Ponzi version of anything, because the first payout that they will do after you have purchased those mother plants is after 3 full months. So that's 18% after 3 full months, whereas they have already held the first harvest on those plants. So they already made the money on top. They're not paying out anything to those investors, which they have not yet earned. So all the money that comes on top, by the way, is free for you to extract, to withdraw from the system as well. You got your own office online where you can do it from. And just to mention, then the second most talked about topic in the Davos World Economic Forum was also blockchain. So the base is a regular product, which I really like, because there's a lot of things going on in the, let's say, cryptocurrency sector, blockchain sector. I love that part as well. I'm a great enthusiast. But I was hoping for a company to approach us with a regular product and then develop a product which is guaranteed by something real in this world. We clearly have gone to those Swiss locations already and tested their merchandise, of course. The CBD products were amazing. So what has been developed very quickly is also a fully developed cryptocurrency. Maximum supply of 200 million. Quarter of that will be given out only by masternodes for the duration of 15 years. It's something which was made for the people, I can assure you, and also there's certain settings about that, which I'm sure the person who invited you to this call will explain in an email they will be sending to you. Now, and we even set up a crypto school, so whoever wants their friends to be more knowledgeable about cryptocurrencies, very welcome to go and see for yourself what they represent and how much knowledge there is to be taken, and also make some money on that. So talking about transparency, then I am happy to say that we have been receiving a lot of relevant documents from the company, included the full license to grow cannabis products, CBD products, tobacco replacement products, and to also sell to resellers and end users, all right? And now this, for example, is the license to operate. This is from the company register. All of these will be in the email attached, of course, as well. This is from the Tobacco Excise, let's say the governmental institute, based on which I already told you they will be paying the excise tax, and they are paying the excise tax of close to 30% if they represent to the end user directly. Let me just add to it that the Swiss government has made over 35 million euros in excise tax over those last few months. And obviously the Swiss government, being a neutral country government, they will not be going back on their decisions. Instead, they want to double the legal percentages of THC even as those plants. All right, so also why they can, in principle, be very safe in saying all of those percentages. And mind you, all of those classical business people who think that certain percentages of passive income have been totally impossible, then there's been many proof about obviously a lot of companies being able to produce the high percentages in passive. And this has never been possible before in your lifetime, also in mine, up until now, whereas your money can really be developed like to a higher amount, even with those 6% passive income per month. Because also this money that comes on top is withdrawable for all you people. And it also is rising, as in if you withdraw that every month, it's 72% per year of passive. If you don't, and you see the company developing itself into more locations and more transparency even, and you don't do it, then it's 102% per year that you will have earned after those 365 days plus. Now, but to get to the main point, why I'm super happy also is this insurance contract with Zurich Insurance. By the way, their profit was 62 billion last year. Profit, not turnover. I guess a lot of people who are already in a pretty safe place are insuring themselves with the Swiss insurance companies. That's the only logical assumption I can make. But also, this company has done that, even though they are guarding their houses with dogs and with guards. Then they have insured their full operation with them, and it's for quite a high amount maximum. So also from this side, they have really managed the risk very well, and I'm just excited over that. On Virgin Islands, whereas they belong really, as I mentioned, to the same economic area as the European Union countries with their banking sector. So same goes for Liechtenstein today. The money goes into Liechtenstein from my country, Estonia, also within 24 hours, and comes back within 24 hours the same way, although it doesn't officially belong to the European Union. And so, decided by all this, then yes, you can, by the way, make a regular bank transfer to either through Swedbank, Sparbanken, or another bank as well in Liechtenstein. And you can also do that in cryptocurrency. And you can also withdraw via bank account or cryptocurrency. So what I want to say about this part here is that, yes, Daniel is the owner also of this company with 50,000 shares. And it's then the same person behind both companies, the Swiss company and this company here. So as the last thing perhaps, it is an equal opportunity for everybody involved. And we have worked super hard on putting this together after saying no to a lot of companies in the last 2 years. So you might want to hack into it, analyze. There's plenty more to talk about when it comes to Switzerland, medical cannabis. Just for today, we wanted to get this information out to you as quickly as humanly possible to provide also people outside of Estonia, of course, with the same opportunity. So if you are a good salesperson or you just want to start, a business of yours, we don't require any investment from you to start your business, to start selling, and to make maximum amount of commissions as well. This is something that had to be there, one of my conditions to set up this function, this setting for the company. And so yes, anybody out there, you should be really interested in either growing your money or earning money without having to invest yourself. Thanks a lot for your time today. It's the 6th of November. After 1 year, a lot of nations and people will be hearing about Kannapower KLG, and I'm just very happy to stand right here, right now. Thanks.